and the face that launched 1,000 ships. What were you expecting for people to learn about Helen of Troy and to make her your own?
Well, I think that Helen, what endures about her is this beauty, this legendary beauty. And that is intimidating, I have to say, to portray.
Because you're black.
Now, as a brownie who lives in the two-tier UK, even I acknowledge that black fatigue is a disease, and even the British Medical Association agree with me upon that. I know, fake news, but God, wouldn't it be fantastic one day if that actually happened?
Are you tired all the time and suspect you may be suffering from black fatigue?
Fed up with DEI, BLM riots, and being called privileged? You're not alone.
The EBF Red Pill. Your one-dose escape from black fatigue. Side effects: urges to flee to gated communities, watch Fox News, play ice hockey, quote Seinfeld, and argue online. Red Pill! Break free today! Ask your doctor.
And it's not just black fatigue, folks, it's also brown fatigue. Yes, coming from a brownie, I even dislike my own kind most of the time. Take this fool, for example, a passenger who had a problem on a flight because everybody else was a white person picking on him.
What? You guys are human, and it's because I'm sitting down and I'm lower than you? Yeah, I'm sitting down and because I'm sitting down lower, you want to be a tough guy, bro? I'm moving. Hey, you know what and stuff? No, it's all you all teaming up. You see how most of the people are white here? Yeah, so you were like,
Get him off the plane, Jesus.
And what happened? He picked on the wrong passenger who happened to be an off-duty cop.
311! Police emergency! 311! Whoa. Hey! Right now!
you got it, cuz? You got it?
All right, guys.
Yeah, put your hands down and don't touch anybody. Put your hands down and don't touch anybody.
So am I.
Why would you pick a fight with a guy that looks like an MMA fighter? High functioning retard, that's who.
Walk!
Acting the tough guy before, not so tough when the guy in front of him reverses the scenario. I love it. And of course, with the advent of the Odyssey from Christopher Nolan being released in due course, am I going to go and watch this film? Definitely not, because I've even tried to entertain the thought of doing that by viewing it as a spoof film of some kind, but I might not be able to contain my laughter, especially at the miscasting of not just Ellen Page as Simeon or Simone, not Achilles as they previously thought, or even Anne Hathaway as Odysseus' wife, Penelope.
Penelope, because she's better than me. I don't know if I could have did it. I don't think I could have did it.
All that blubbery wubbery Botox she's got going on. Then you got Miss I've Got No Boobs, Zendaya as Athena.
That was the right thing to do? Yeah, that's the right way to go. That's the right way to interpret.
But then again, when I think of Athena, Zendaya does not come to mind. Zendaya with the one-note expression, as she has shown in all of her movies so far. I mean, she's buried Tessa Thompson when it comes to the one-note expression, if you get my drift. And then Lupita Nyong'o, the scapegoat, the tokenized woman of this entire setting, who is now speaking on behalf of the rest of her cast members, who, by the way, have not come to her defense when she denounces the fact that Christopher Nolan cast her as the most beautiful woman in all of Greece, Helen of Troy, or in this case, Helen of Detroit, or Helen from Mozambique. Like bam, 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 bam. But without further ado, folks, if you end up liking this video today, give it a like, smash that hype button and that subscribe button, and let's get into the uncertainty of what the Odysseus Odyssey will actually make in terms of box office money. Let's take a look at this clip of Lupita Nyong'o with her sideman, who they call, or actually who I call, Himesh Patel.
Congratulations on this masterpiece. I mean, just Lupita, to be in a Christopher Nolan movie of this scale.
The whole goblin-like
and scope
spirit.
and
Did you
what
see? That's why I call them goblins.
I didn't.
These are literal goblin
I
forces we're up against, and I feel sorry for them.
But let's just see what Luke Peter had to say about female representation in Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey.
I'd be like, so Homer, how do you feel about the screen time given to these women, considering how little you spend with them? Okay.
Cut to black.
Yeah.
Okay. But quite clearly from her response here, she really hates the lack of female representation from Homer. Homer's dead and buried. He can't come back to life through an Ouija board and defend his philosophies about why he made it a more male-centric tale, but that's neither here or there, folks. And let's get into some fun reaction videos now from me to you, because you seem to like those quite a lot. Now, according to Paul Tassi, the Odyssey early critical reviews render a unanimous verdict. And what verdict is that, Your Honor? Well, it's not going to be hard to fathom that, is it? Almost 2 weeks before the release of the Odyssey on July the 17th, social media embargo in the film has lifted, which means they're very confident, allowing critics to compare impressions after an early screening, which is weird because I thought that Universal weren't allowing this. I mean, they said only influencers are banned from watching the Odyssey, but then again, isn't the actual real critics, aren't they known as influencers as well? Yeah, back in the Siskel and Ebert and Barry Norman days, there were actually film critics. They were critical of a film, whether it was good or bad. But I wouldn't say that they were influential, whether you watched the film or not. But then again, if they did actually say in some of their reviews, don't go and watch the film, then that to me is influencing the mind think of the audiences not to go and watch the movie. Now, there is skepticism among some in the public, of course, because Paul Tassi loves to own the chuds. Early reviews can often be more positive than final ones. And while there was a public declaration that no influencers will be screening the film early, the debate over who qualifies as an influencer among this group is ongoing. Now, funny that I didn't know Mrs. Tassi was going to include that paragraph in there. So good for her for doing that. And Robert Meyer Burnett, a guy I do like on YouTube quite a bit. To me, this post he made was absolutely terrible. I've never understood why Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey has to have some kind of historical fealty to an era. It's not real history. Well, then again, it's not, but the places and landmarks are real Greek landmarks. Baz Luhrmann's Romeo and Juliet doesn't. Richard Loncrane's doesn't, but no one complained about them. He's talking about Ian McKellen in Richard III, which, by the way, I've not actually seen yet, but I heard that McKellen actually kicks ass. And here's my reply. I love your R&B, but as a brownie, I'm already sick and tired of the race swap stuff. The Odyssey's casting choices are plain baffling, and if I were Nolan, would have hired actual working Greek actors and actresses. I mean, hell, give my buddy Mel Gibson a call, because he would have brought authenticity to the Odyssey. Did you not catch 2004's The Passion of the Christ, which Mel Baby directed? All the actors and actresses had to learn Aramaic just to make everything authentic, like a cup of tea or coffee. But I guess Mel kind of cancelled in Hollywood. He's a bad choice, and I gotta watch The Patriot again because that film is so absolutely awesome. But look, Rob is getting roasted in the comment section because race and gender swapping does nothing to further the story, or no, but it does actually further a cause, which is non-existent in my books. Characters are not simply interchangeable bots. Their appearance, gender, nationality, everything matters. Helen's beauty means something. It's not an arbitrary characteristic. Her beauty, and let's just see what it says here, represents a value that men kill, die, and go mad for. That is supposed to be reflective of the human condition. And I'll tell you the reason why Robert Meyer Burnett is kind of quaking in his shoes, because he co-hosts a podcast with John Campier. John Campier, as we know already, is about as woke as it gets, and I like the guy. He does actually have some good takes sometimes, but when it comes to defending critical decisions from critical directors like Christopher Nolan, you have to be on the defense.
But unfortunately, that's not what's happening across the entire internet right now. Instead of celebrating what promises to be a massive cinematic achievement, a very loud, maybe small, but very angry corner of the online film community has decided to completely denounce the movie. They are writing it off, calling it garbage and declaring it dead on arrival.
I am pumping the blood of the modern world into your backward veins.
The next half hour. She brings you.
And of course, we got an article from the Open, the British Indian actor called Himesh Patel in the Odyssey, and why he's divided the internet. Of course he has, because every white role that is up for a white person is now vacated and making way for a brownie or a blackie, isn't it? So what do you expect? And of course, he's of Gujarat background, which makes him a Sikh. Who cares, bro? My God, I mean, can I just call him Oompa Loompa? Would you feel bad by me saying that? Of course he wouldn't. And then again, he probably would.
Oompa Loompa.
By the way, if you're wondering why I had this up here, which is pretty incredible. Now, when I asked my AI thing to make a downvote prediction, it suddenly went for 607,000. And last week I thought it would never get to those dizzying heights. Well, I mean, I was a bit off, but still 640,000 dislikes as of the making of this video. In fact, you know what? Let's hit the refresh button and see if that gets any worse. I mean, is it going to go to 642,000? Who knows? Nope, still stuck at 640,000. I mean, it might stay there permanently for the time being, which is great. But the comment section is going absolutely crazy down there, which I cannot appreciate enough. And but something that you guys will probably not appreciate is the next couple of things I want to look at. Now, Zendaya, I'll give her some credit. She is a pretty attractive woman. You know, Tom Holland will enjoy making babies with her. But those tits, what is going on with them? It's almost like they look like a pair of sprouts, don't they? And I hate sprouts. So no matter what kind of push-up bra you got, I mean, seriously, Zendaya, if you want some street cred love, get some subtle 90210 plastic surgery. Do you know what I mean? I mean, she really does need it. If she had us popping out, she'd be a lot more interesting to look at. But as I've heard people debate about this online, she represents the new type of pin-up woman that you're going to have on your wall, which is something of the 80s and 90s, not nowadays. It's all digital pin-ups, right? But seriously, those just look like really big, fantastic nipples if you want to get around that algorithm. But the worst yet to come, folks. I know there's more and more person I want to look at here. Actually, maybe two more people. This is Charlize Theron, who looks more mannish than her other co-star, Ellen Page, who I'm still going to call Ellen Page because that's their birth name, with biological ovaries included. She looks absolutely ridiculous. This is the woman, by the way, who couldn't wait to get her boobs out in a hot tub for reindeer games with Ben Affleck.
Samantha! You signed me, Samantha!
No, fuck you. Wow, she's trending. Holy shit. Come on, let's find that interview clip. It's really... Here we are. This is...
In history, women have been vilified. Whether you're a midwife, whether you're, a herbalist, whether you're a healer, whether you're just
or
in
Hebrew
tune with the moon. Like, women have just been vilified throughout history, and I think that was my take on it. But also, Chris's interpretation of the original text and then kind of condensing it into this essential oil
Emily
of Cersei was phenomenal. And I just worked from the text. It was all there for me.
So in other words, she was given a set of dialogue to speak and she acted her heart out, which good for you, Samantha, that you did that. I like Samantha Mathis. She's my favorite Samantha. That's her take on why she accepted the role as whatever in Christopher Nolan's Whatever, the Odyssey. Oh my God. I tell you what, by the way, I can't even sing Ellen Page. I got a Elliot Page. Let's have a look. Let's just go back to that at the beginning. Holy shit. I thought a midget was coming out. I thought it was Warwick Davis for a second. Oh my god. Holy shit. Look at the size of his body, her bodyguard. See, I'm even mispronouncing the pronouns now. Oh my god, that is funny, man. I wonder if this guy still works for Music and... I wonder if this guy here, actually, this bodyguard is working for M&A, Music and Art Security. I wonder if they still exist as a company, actually. They did back in my day. Elliot, come out to play. Or maybe not, actually. Wow, people are lining up for her autograph. This guy is the epitome of what Hollywood has become. An absolute joke. Oh my god. Hey, look, I'm just going to say this guy here is looking at Ellen Page thinking, weren't you a woman once, dude? Yeah, he's confused. This guy here, this Muslim guy, I'm going to say he's Muslim, or he's Kurdistani, I'm going to say that too, is obviously very confused by what he's beholden in front of him. The thing I'm going to say about this, at least maniacs haven't turned out in the audience to try and do something to Ellen Page, and nor should they do that, by the way. Ellen is entitled to do what she wants to do, but as you've heard, once you transition, you can never go back, because once you go back, you still have the defamations that incurred before you decided to go through a full transformational change. So be warned. That's all I'm going to say, folks. Anyway, I had a lot of fun reacting to these morbidly obese critics of the Odyssey and the even more morose, morbid-looking film stars who today I would not even call film stars. Can you imagine if Tom Hardy was in this film, what kind of critical basting he would take as well? Again, you got to think about people like Cillian Murphy. Why were they not asked to be in this film? Because again, Christopher Nolan picks very carefully who he wants to associate with certain films, whether they're deemed suitable. I'm surprised Harry Styles wasn't in this movie, but there you go, folks. Some people know where their bread is well buttered. And on that one, if I were you and if you were me, I will catch you catching me for the return of the next video.
Fucking love it.
Yeah, same.
It makes my life. Sometimes you do a junket and you go, hey, that's a movie.
Yeah.
That got made. Sometimes you show up to a junket and you go, hey, that was a movie.
Officer Deja, Agent Vu. Haven't we met somewhere before?
Do you think they'll ever have an African-American James Bond? The possibility, or?
Well, I mean, you know, I see a possibility in everything, but it needs to make sense for the story.
Okay.
It wouldn't make sense to cast Martin Luther King with a white man, would it?
Not at all.
There you go.
No.
Whoa.
Come on, everybody, it's Gibbon time! Do the funky Gibbon.
Ooh.
Funky Gibbon now.
Ooh.
Next time on Kung Fu Hot Dog.